Good morning, everybody. So today what we're going to do is we're going to divide decimals. So, how do you divide decimals? Well, you divide decimals by only whole numbers. So if you're dividing by a decimal, then you have to change it to a whole number. Okay, so for example, this one's pretty easy. This is already a whole number out here. How many times 4 are going to go into 732, or 7.32? Well, the only difference between this and regular division is my decimal's right here. I just need to move it up right there. Now, 4 will go into 7 one time, and 1 times 4 is 4, and I subtract, and that leaves 3, and I drop down my 3. 4 will go into 33 8 times, because 8 times 4 is 32. Subtract again, I get 1, drop down my 2. 4 will go into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract, I get 0, which means I'm done. So this is done. 1.83 is my answer. How's a piece of cake? Okay. So let's do 7.6 divided by 4. So 7.6 divided by 4, just like this. Move your decimal straight up. 4 goes into 7 once. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract, I get 3. Drop down my 6. 4 goes into 36 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. Subtract, I get 0. So I'm done with that one. The answer is 1.9. Okay, this one looks a little tougher. 4.38 divided by 12. Okay, so move my decimal up first. 12 will not go into 4, but 12 will go into 43 3 times, because 3 times 12 is 36, and when I subtract, I get 7. And then I drop down my 8. Okay, 12 goes into 78. Let's see, that'll go 6 times. 6 times 12 is 72. Subtract, I get 6. Now, I still have some to go. I got a remainder down here, so what I need to do is put a 0 on the end of this and then drop it down. And 12 will go into 65 times, and 5 times 12 is 60, so that's the end of my deal right there. So my answer is 0.365. Okay, so what I want you to do is pause the video here, do 59.64 divided by 7, and then jump back on the video and check it against what I get. All right, so 59.64 divided by 7, move my decimal up immediately. 7 goes into 59, 8 times? Because 8 times 7 is 56. Subtract, I get 3, drop down my 6. 7 will go into 36 5 times. Because 5 times 7 is 35. Subtract, I get 1. Drop down my 4. 7 goes into 14 twice. 2 times 7 is 14, and I get a 0, and I'm done. So my answer is 8.52. So hopefully that's what you got. Okay, what if I'm dividing a decimal by another decimal? So let's try this one here. 18.2 divided by 1.4. Okay. Now, you can only divide by whole numbers. So what I need to do is I need to move this decimal over one place, which means I need to move this decimal over one place, and then move it up here. So the decimal's over here. Now, 14 will go into 18 once. 1 times 14 is 14. Subtract, I get 4. Drop down my 2. 14 will go into 42, I think, 3 times. 3 times 14, let's see, 3 times 4 is 12. That's 42. So I get 0. So my answer is just 13. Went in there 13 times exactly. Okay, next I'm going to find this one. Divide 0.273 by 0.39. So I've got to move the decimal 2 places here, which means I've got to move it 2 places here and move it up right there. Okay, so 39 will not go into 27. So I got to go into 273. That's a tough one. Let's see. That's going to be about 6 times. Maybe 7 times. 6 or 7. Let's try 7. See what happens. So 7 times 9 is 63. And 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 6 is 27. Look at that. It went in there exactly 7 times. Okay, so I get that. So my answer is just 0.7 terminated. Okay, so you're going to get to pause the video right now and do this problem, 21.643 divided by 2.3. So I'll give you a minute to do that, then jump back on here and see how you did. Okay, we're going to take 21.643, divide that by 2.3. So you should have moved the decimal 1 place and moved it up. 23 will not go into 21, but it'll go into 216 probably about 9 times. So I'm going to guess 9 here. So 9 times 3 is 27. Carry my 2. That's going to be 1820. So that's going to be 9. Drop down my 4. 23 will go into 94. Maybe 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry my 1. That's 8, 9. Yep, look at that. Subtract, I get 2. Drop down my 3. 23 goes into 23 once. So you should have got 9.41 for this one. Okay. Divide 2.45 by 0.007. So on this one, 2.45 divided by 0.007. So I have to move the decimal 3 places. So I got to move it 3 places over here. I don't have 3 places, so I got to put a 0 in. Put my decimal up there. 7 will go into 24 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. Subtract, that leaves 3. Drop down my 5. 7 will go into 35 5 times. 5 times 7 is 35. Now this terminated, so I drop down my 0. 7 will go into 0 0 times. So this is going to be 350. So notice this, I took a small number and I divided it by a little tiny number and I got a huge number. A lot of people get confused by that. They think, oh, you can't divide and get a bigger number than you started with, but you can. If your number's less than 1, you're going to get a bigger number. Okay. So what do we got here? How many times more cellular phone subscribers were there in 2011 than in 1991? Round to the nearest whole number. Okay, so in 1991, there were, this is in millions, there was 7.6 million cell phone subscribers. And in 2011, 331.59 million. So, here's the thing. I want to know how many times more there is than this up here. So I'm going to take 331.59 and I'm going to divide that by 7.6. Okay, so I need to move the decimal 1 place. Leave that up there. 7 will go into 33. How about 4 times? That's 28. Subtract, that leaves 5. Drop down my 1. Whoops, I'm sorry. That's not right. Because we got 76, not 7. Let's try that again. 76 will not go into 33, but it will go into 331. So, how many times? About maybe 4 times? Let's try 4. 4 times 6 is 24, carry my 2. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 2 is 30. Okay, so 304. So that leaves 27. Drop my 5 down. Okay, 76 will go in there. Let's see, about 3 times. Okay, so 3 times 6 is 18. Carry my 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. Subtract, that leaves 7, and 6 minus 2 is 4. Drop down my 9. Alright, I'm betting that that's going to go in there about 6 times. 6 times? Let's try 6. That'd be 36. Carry my 3. That'd be 42, 45. Okay, so that's going to be 23. And I'm going to have to add a 0 and drop that down here because we haven't terminated yet. 230. Oh, well, we knew that went in about, that'll go in about 3 times because that's 228. We already figured that out here. That leaves 2. Oh, and it says round to the nearest whole number, so we don't need to keep dividing this. In fact, we could have stopped right here. So 43.6, that's going to round to 44 times as many phones. And I can tell you, being around in 1991, I'm actually surprised it's that few because I didn't know very many people at all in 1991 that had a cell phone. Okay, here's some problems for you to look at. We'll do those in class, so I will see you guys later.